Coming up, two PBA heavyweights team up once again. Jason Belmonte and Bill O'Neill. Seeking to repeat in one of Pro Bowling's most compelling events, the Roth Holman PBA Doubles Championship, next on FS1.
Welcome to Bowlero Vernon Hills, just outside the city with the big shoulders for the annual Mark Roth Marshall Holman PBA Doubles Championship, named after the two men who set the standard in professional bowling doubles. Our top five teams at the top, you know them as Bilmo, followed by another experienced duo in Archer and Maldonado. Then two new teams, Patrick Dombrowski, Bailey Mavrick, Kevin McCune, and Tim Foy Jr. They'll be in the first match against the well-established firm of Ogle and Rash. Welcome, everybody, with PBA and USBC Hall of Famer Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler. I'm Dave Lamont. Thank you for being here. Randy, it does seem odd. Bilmo, as we call him, we don't even call him Jason and Bill anymore. They dominate, but they've only won this event. It was 7 years ago.
Yeah, it sounds pretty hard to believe that it was 2018 when they captured this title, but they're always in the mix. Last year, they were runners-up to Andrew Anderson and Chris Prather. But this is a formidable team. They were the qualifying leaders. They're your number one seed, and they need only one win today to capture their second doubles title.
And you get, of course, a look at Marshall Holman, who'll be joining us a little bit later on today, and the late and truly great man who changed bowling in Mark Roth. Now, in the opening match, we get two guys who think of themselves pretty highly, and they should.
Yeah.
Shawn, Rash, and Matt Ogle are perpetual stars in this event.
Yeah, this is another great team. They won it in 2019, and that was Matt's first ever career title. 2023, they too were runners-up in this event. Here is a look at their 2019 win as they climb the stepladder to beat Kyle Sherman and Brad Miller. This is kind of Shawn Rash's backyard, so there's some hometown mojo on that team's side today.
And that team is standing by right now with Kimberly Pressler.
Well, you guys clearly work well together. You have won this event in the past. How would you describe your chemistry on the lanes?
Well, we do have matching wedding bands.
That's always a good start. Anything else?
Nope.
Matt, you got to end the interview with me. Now, you guys clearly are able to keep the chemistry on the lanes, but and that's hard to maintain. You guys have done it 6 different times already. How is it you continue to maintain it?
I guess it's kind of like a marriage. You can't take any grudges and you can't hold grudges. So you just got to let it go and we just move on to the next frame.
That's some good advice right there. Good luck to you guys.
Were we just on an episode of Dr. Phil?
I think I learned something there. That's nice to know. So the winner of this, these two arranged marriages here, will move into the next match against Dombrowski and Maverick. Then Archer and Maldonado trying to win a match in this event on TV for the first time ever. And then, of course, the top seeds, Belmo and Bill O'Neill. Start. And if you have not had the pleasure of watching Kevin McCune, don't blink. You'll miss it. The ball gets down the lanes quickly. We're bowling on dual patterns. Randy will take you through that in a moment. And a little high, just by just a nudge. And is that a Wrigley Field jersey? He's playing to the hometown crowd here.
Love it. But you're right. This Kevin McCune brings a lot of power, a lot of speed, and that is some tape job on the right hand, fingers, and forearm. That's fast.
And easy for McCune, bowling on the longer of the two patterns. Shawn Rash bowling on the shorter one, and the shorter one named after the gentleman right there you see in the background, Marshall Holman, who's going to join us in a moment or two. And PBA Commissioner Tom Clark in the Irish driving cap. And just a little kiss on the 10, but not nearly enough.
9.5.
2019 champions, these two.
Nice opening shot for Rash. As we take a look at one of the greatest ever, right there, my buddy Marshall Holman, the Medford Meteor. Hi, Marsh.
All right, clean start for both in the first frame. Maybe get some of the jitters out, even though there's plenty of experience for this Rash Ogle team.
Matt Ogle has really turned up his game in the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, he has.
And it has paid off. One of the things he talked about is a commitment to the gym. Hired a personal trainer, worked with him for a while, and it's paying off.
Yeah, now he's got confidence. He knows he can win out here. Won a singles title, the Shark Championship in 2023 in Wauwatosa.
Here's a man who is exempt this year. Tim Foy Jr. got through tour trials. And we'll have to get through a bucket here.
The urethane bucket for Tim Foy on the right lane. He's starting with urethane. Obviously allows him to go straighter.
Owner of 8 regional titles, does not have a PBA Tour title yet.
See it a lot.
Oh no. Got that one out too far right, and it never came in.
My bad, bro. Come on, pick me up. My fault.
Yeah, the urethane just doesn't have enough to get around it and cover the bucket. Now see if young Kevin McCune can hold him up using a focus, a sublime focus on the left lane.
Ooh, look out. That could have been a disaster. That was through the face, and he's fortunate to leave another 4-pin.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. This could have been way worse, but just the 4.
There's a brief hint of Greek church there, which nobody wants to see. So a little opening here for Shawn.
Shawn going with XL on the right lane. As you see his full arsenal, or at least some of it.
Trip 4.
Yeah, nice break too. Right after Ogle's strike on the left, doubles up for Rash and Ogle.
Come on, let's take advantage of that.
Nice trip 4. I think especially early on, the left lane is going to play a little bit easier as Ogle's going with hypnotize.
Help me, help me.
I've been hypnotized.
Oh, yes. Yes. Pure. As always on this championship, Randy, dual patterns.
Yeah, you have the Roth on the left, Holman on the right. As we take a look at where the players are going to play. 38 feet, Holman. They're going to play much farther to the outside part of the lane. And the 43-foot Roth pattern players are going to start in, just keep migrating, keep getting their angles steeper and steeper on that left lane.
And the Roth pattern lengthened 1 foot this year. It had been 42.
Black urethane for Tim Foy. All right, I think that is a black Pearl 78 urethane that Tim Foy is using. Uh-oh. Yeah, that time he paid for it.
Last shot was dangerous, and he got away with it. This time the big 4 is his punishment.
Just not enough angles for the front part of the lane, and this time he pays for it. Only made once on television, the big 4.
Look out! You feel like if that had just that 6-pin had caught the wall, it could have taken out the 4-7.
Yeah. If anybody can get pins airborne and coming out of the pit, it's Kevin McCune.
Come on. Take advantage.
Ooh. Big shot here can increase the lead to 60 now.
Come on, Phil.
Uh-oh.
Hurry. Oh. And it does.
So I was about to ask you when Tim threw the ball about, is there any out of bounds here? Maybe not.
Shawn's not using urethane, he's using reactive resin. Big difference.
I almost got the 400.
He was looking at Strike Track and trying to see what his rev rate was. He said, I almost got the 400.
So the slower rev rate actually helped him in that situation. Obviously it did.
And that's why he's using reactive.
All right, there goes the 290.
The hook.
Last time I said hook, it hooked.
Last night.
One-on-one.
Complete control here, halfway through match number 1.
Winner of this will take on the Dombrowski Mavrick squad. So strong start for Ogle and Rash. The 2019 champions have command of the opening game of the Roth Holman doubles from Bowlero Vernon Hills on FS1. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to gobowling.com to find a center near you. It's time for our Bowl TV highlights, and this was an incredible story. Wes Malott and son Jordan trying to qualify for the Roth Holman doubles. Wes goes back-to-back jack on 300 games, Randy.
Here's the second one. The Big Nasty showing everyone he's still got some left in the tank.
Incredibly, they did not make the Stepladder finals, as you all know by now. This was in the position round. He and his son Jordan, who took time off from playing baseball at Indiana Tech to play with Dad, the first national tournament for Jordan. Superb athlete, and a nice moment for father and son. 6th place. By Tang, Prater, and Anderson, an excellent team. Sterner and Smallwood, Hanrahan and Hupe, they've won this event before. And speaking of father-sons, Ryan and Chris. Fawn, Sanders, Troop, and Svensson have won before as well. Crow and Studler, boy, Cameron Crow's making some noise this year in the early going on the PBA Tour. That looked like a completely different shot than his strike.
Timothy,
Yeah, it looked like it was more up the gut and never hooked.
Get it some friction.
That was inside second arrow. The last one was right around fifth arrow, or excuse me, first arrow. And now he's questioning that urethane ball choice.
Well, he's almost out of time in this Baker format, of course. You're alternating shots. Kevin McCune has had a tough time so far.
Yeah, and he made a ball change, went to an origin. Oh, nice break.
How much more you can ask? Well, I guess you can ask for one more thing, but that's not working out for Kevin right now.
A lot of action around that 7-pin, but it's still standing. He's like, oh, yeah, hey, thanks for nothing. Take that right in the face. Little 24-mile-an-hour spare ball right in your pie hole.
Just one strike for the McCune and Foy team.
All but over now. Just stay clean.
And our congratulations to Shawn. Well, that's going to be, what a class.
Yep.
My goodness. Beautiful.
Yep.
It's as if he could see that when he threw it. The graphic on the lanes, he followed that to the letter.
Come on, one more.
Just a further example of Matt's emerging game over the last couple of years. give me 10, somebody yelled, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, they're moving on.
They'll be taking on Patrick Dombrowski and Bailey Mavrick. But this won't be the last you'll see of Tim Foy show in Delaware last year. He's a killer in that East Regional. They do not like seeing him come in the building. He usually bowls better than that. But it is one of those days.
Yeah, I mean, we beat Doherty, so we're good.
Oh, man.
Wow. Shots fired.
This is true. That's a plus.
Take it with a sense of humor,
Shooter?
I guess. No.
If I was on that pattern, I might have made it.
You might bowl your weight.
So
Not yours.
No, we ain't bowling his weight.
Well, it's an impressive start for the 2019 champions. There you go, boys and girls.
I hit the pocket.
What's wrong with that last one?
A really high scoring pattern, even though it's dual patterns. It's
Good news, Mike. Thanks.
It's very gettable. Obviously, the scoring pace dictated that, but hard to believe they're not going to shoot 200.
3 open frames.
It didn't strike.
I even hate to be the bearer of bad news,
Well,
but
I got
McCune and Foy had more opens than
I hit
strikes
that one hard.
through 9 frames.
Nice. They're just trying to stay dialed in for their next match.
You got the other ball?
Maybe a test shot here with a different ball. Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen.
2 left and hit it.
And shout out to Denise Roth, who's watching. And we love you, Denise, and look forward to you being out here next year.
Like Shawn's 300 rev rate.
470.
There we go. Tom and Marshall's coming in next game to sit with us. So
Yep.
that's always something for Randy and I look forward to.
Yep, lots of love sent Denise's way. We wish you were here.
So a fairly easy win, to be honest, for Matt and Shawn.
Cakewalk.
A slow start just sank this
Good. I
McCune
need it.
Foy ship. Gosh, even Rash and Ogle noticed they even take their drinks at the same time together.
I shot more than you.
They are really locked in as a team.
What's going on over there?
I'm telling you, they both went to their water bottles immediately after sitting down.
I'll tell you about it after.
So just cleaning the plate.
You might have hit his weight.
Put that one airborne just a touch.
Hey, Shawn, you say endless 10th, right? Endless 10th?
Well, they figured out the key to success just a little bit too late. It will be Matt Ogle and Shawn Rash advancing to our second match against Dombrowski and Mavrick. Match number 2 of the Roth Holman PBA Doubles Championship
right around the corner. Let's take a trip back to 1979. You know who that is, folks. The man who changed the sport, the great Mark Roth. Incredible chain game and listen, that's E.J. Tackett before there was E.J. Tackett right there when you watch Mark Roth. And his partner, of course, there really hasn't been another guy like this style, Randy. Marshall Holman, I can't think of anybody.
One of the greatest styles, greatest forms, power player. That game right there would work on today's stage on the PBA Tour.
3 career PBA doubles titles in San Jose twice and in Las Vegas in 1984. And shout out to the great Jim Simpson, sportscaster from the DC area, one of my idols when I was growing up. And here's an idol of many in the bowling community. The great Marshall Holman joins Randy and I. I am surrounded by Hall of Famers and great people as well. Welcome to your tournament.
It's wonderful to be here. That was a few hairs ago. My God, what a head of hair I had.
That was epic.
Always enjoy coming out to the Roth Holman doubles. And first, shout out to Denise.
Yeah.
God bless you, Denise. We're hoping next year you'll be with us, and we're just treasuring the big guy, Mark, right now.
Randy, you've talked about you tried to emulate him, did you not, as a young Randy?
Yeah, Marshall was one of my idols growing up, and I used to imitate his style. I had this little deflated rubber ball, and we had this pretty long hallway, and I would just mimic his style and roll this rubber ball for hours down this hallway thinking I was Marshall Holman.
You know, you beat my brains in Toledo one year. You talk about deflated. I think you shot 270 something at me.
I actually shot 289. I had the front 10.
Good memory.
What happened in the 11th then? Come on.
Well,
you got to put him away.
I think the good memory part is amazing because that was almost 40 years ago. That was 1987, the national championship.
You know, we talk about memories, and Mark Roth made so many, not just with you, Marshall, but as, of course, one of the greatest players and most important players in the history of the sport. And to me, Marshall, it's rare. We talk about so-and-so changed the game. This guy in this sport changed the game. There isn't any question in bowling that Mark changed the game.
That's an absolute fact. I mean, he was the power player in the early mid-70s when there was really no other power players that could have any kind of accuracy. Mark had the accuracy and he had the power, and then I sort of came in on his coattails with a pretty good power game myself, and you know, it was nice back then. We had the lanes to ourselves.
Yeah, but I think, Marshall, you said it best. What separated Mark Roth and yourself was not only did you have the power, a lot more power than 90% of the guys on tour, but you both were also very accurate.
Yeah, and what isn't mentioned enough is Mark never missed a spare.
And that.
He was an extraordinary spare shooter, and he was such a great competitor, and nobody loved bowling more than him. I always enjoy coming back for the Roth Holman, but Mark treasured it 100 times more. I mean, he lived for it. He loved it. It was like food.
Yeah, Dave, you know, we used to have a saying on tour, if you had to have one person throw you one strike for $1 million, who would that be? And it was almost unanimously Mark Roth.
Yeah, his striking ability and his power, absolutely unbelievable. It was a privilege to watch both he and Marshall. And Marshall's going to be joining us for our next couple of matches as Matt Ogle and Shawn Rash next take on Bailey Mavrick and Patrick Dombrowski. Match number 2 is coming up on FS1. And a lot of enthusiasm here in Vernon Hills. Great center. Former Hawthorne lanes way back.
Yep.
PBA used to pop by here. Now Bowlero Vernon Hills. Just outside the big town. And the sign game is outstanding here. So Bailey Mavrick and Patrick Dombrowski. Bailey from Peru, Indiana. Patrick from Parma, Ohio. Of course, Matt from Louisville and Shawn from Montgomery, from Alaska first, where he was born. There's Bailey on the left. Patrick Dombrowski, you probably know well, two-time PBA Regional Players Invitational Champion. But it will be...
That's not bad.
Wrong ball.
Let's try again.
Pick up the one that has the strikes in it.
Hey, Dave, you know why our day just got better?
Why did our day just get better?
Because
Randy?
Marshall Holman's sitting here.
He is.
Helps my day too. Thanks, guys.
And he's
started to turn away from that when he threw it.
That was the right ball, right, Marsh?
Yeah, he picked the right ball. That's
Yeah,
for
yeah.
darn sure. He liked it right off his hand, and halfway down the lane, he said, well, I've seen enough of this. Now, this guy I saw for the first time yesterday. I watched him throw one shot, and I liked him immediately. And as a player from the older generation, I have a soft spot for the one-handers, but this two-hander posts a shot as good as anybody.
Oh, there's a lot of rotation on that, and the messenger does not do its job. And Bailey heavily involved in the bowling business in Indiana, working with E.J. Tackett and Ronnie Russell.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in their pro shops.
This one gets back from the two board, guys. Lazy messenger. Lazy.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait, hang on. Have you ever seen anybody with better balance? I mean, I love the look as he's releasing the ball. He's just totally in great balance.
When Belmo's on,
well,
100%, when he's doing his thing,
right,
he never falls off a shot.
Fair enough.
And then when he does that, he never loses.
Wow, this is some confident
that
people.
balance wasn't near as good.
Yeah, I was going to say. No, and he looked as if, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And he got away with one. He found the hold spot.
It's not the right song. It is now. It is now, I guess.
Oh. I have more area than I thought I had.
Oh, wait a minute,
whoa,
wait a
whoa,
minute.
Whoa, whoa.
There you go.
Really?
Take advantage of the good break. Take advantage of the good break.
This
Focus
is
on
your
us.
clean wipe, presented by Dude Wipes.
Yeah, I don't even know what pin that was. They were all on the ground, and then it just rolled off the back of the deck.
That never happened in our day.
No.
Why? This wasn't the pins weren't as lively. It just you never had a 10 pin and then a pin come out of nowhere like that. That wasn't a messenger. That was that was power there.
Now that was, I mean that was pure power, pins everywhere. But you're right, the one that Shawn threw, that was pure luck. There was some type of domino effect going on. A pin gets up on the back part of the pin deck and just rolls across and catches it. Bailey going with Hypnotize. Once again,
Hit me.
there's that ball name, Hypnotize. He's actually 10 boards left of Shawn Rash on this right lane.
Oh boy, a couple of splits got collapsed there.
Little unique approach as he's got this little hop right into his pivot step. See that? And then into the slide. Like it's almost like a half a step.
I wonder if that's for timing?
Probably.
Yeah.
See the PBA Tour average on this.
It's like a 4.5 step approach. And, you know, Marsh, what's so interesting is typically, you know, back in our day especially, in a 5-step approach, you have the first couple of steps be fairly straight, and then the third step would kind of drift a little bit to the left for a right-hander. The fourth step would fill in and then into the slide. His fourth step goes behind his slide foot. Rock star for Patrick Dombrowski on the left lane.
Well, that looked way prettier all the way around.
Yeah, he liked that shot.
I'll tell you what, the way that Ogle and Rash are bowling, you have no choice right now.
You have to strike. And Rash is throwing the ball very, very well today, but he's gotten 2 really good breaks. He tripped a 4-pin early in the first game, and then he rolled that 10-pin, his last shot.
Uh-oh.
I was left to the world.
Yeah, and
Great
to your
shot.
point, Marsh, right there are the numbers.
He almost got away with it. Ball's just left off his hand early. Screams over to the Brooklyn side, and not a bad result, just leaving the 9-pin.
Yep.
If he had thrown that ball a little bit better, he could have had 5. Right to the heart.
Yep.
He is really on his game right now.
Yeah, Ogle looks great, but if I'm Dombrowski and Mavrick, that shot that Shawn Rash threw gives me a little bit of hope, because that plants a seed of doubt into Shawn's mind. As we take another look at Ogle, who's just, that's just strength.
This team had one of the very best match play records of anyone. Actually the best, knocked out of the event, 12-6 of our top 5 teams. And no, not going to trip from the backside.
Love the 3D graphic of our oil pattern on that right lane. It was beautiful. And that shot looked pretty good for a long time until it broke loose towards the end of that Holman 38-foot pattern.
That is the Holman pattern.
If you would, Marshall, were given the chance to design the pattern, how close would you have designed it to the one that's named after you?
I don't think anybody wants me designing any bowling patterns. That's not my strong suit.
By the way, that was a great question.
You asked a question I can't answer because I don't know. Back in our day, we just let our ball be our guide. We didn't know what was out there, and we didn't want to know.
I mean, guys, think about it. I'll finish my thought after this shot. Yeah,
crossed over.
Yeah, it pushed right into the face of the head pin, leaving the 310. Back in the day, they used to oil the lanes with a spray gun.
I know, I've heard that. Yeah.
Like if you remember the old cans of bug spray where you pumped it, they'd fill it with oil, they'd pump it, and then they would just run their hand back and forth, left to right, across the lane, and then they would use what's called the liner duster and drag that oil towards the pins. He missed it. Nope, he covered it. Missed it bad enough, he covered it. And then they would drag that back. That's how we used to do the lanes on tour. Now they use $40,000 oiling machines.
Oils with nicknames as well. Now Dombrowski and Mavrick in a little bit of trouble against Rash and Ogle, who look solid. Bowlero Vernon Hills in Illinois, the site of the Roth Holman Doubles Championship. And right now, Ogle and Rash with a 21-pin lead in their match against Mavrick and Dombrowski. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but his is the only one that matters. Colin Cowherd is the most interesting man in sports. Don't miss the Herd weekdays at noon Eastern only on FS1. And much like our guest, Marshall Holman, Colin Cowherd, an Oregon background for a while.
Oh, I did not know that.
He had a show in Portland for a while before he hit it big nationally.
Important shot for Rash to get back in stroke.
And he'll take a mixer.
And there's another, that's 3 good breaks for Shawn. And hey, I know back in the day, I never apologize for any good break because there's always bad breaks in this game too.
Well, we talked about it when we were on the break, Marsh, about the lower rev rate guys trying to keep up with the high two-handed rev rate guys. Shawn's able to do that today because of angle. He's playing the extreme outside part of the lane. Beauty. And that helps his pin carry.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Guys, you've watched Matt Ogle. What is he doing so well? I mean, he just can't miss right now.
He's confident. He's learning. He trusts his ability now. Confidence.
You know, Matt Ogle is in a similar situation to where I was. He was asked to bowl by Shawn Rash. That elevates your confidence. Mark Roth asked me to bowl when I was just an up-and-coming player. That elevated my confidence to the moon.
And there's a pretty shot for Bailey Mavrick.
Yeah, they need all they can get right now. Look at the max scores there.
You get a good side view of that little skip step that Randy and Marshall were talking about.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. At least he cleared out some difficulty there.
Should have tripped.
Guys are taking it easy on Rash and Ogle.
Yeah.
While they're dominating the lanes, the other teams are struggling.
Patrick bowled with Trevor Roberts last year. They finished 10th. Uh-oh, was right. And they may have knocked themselves out.
It just got easier for Rash and Ogle.
And the games go by so fast.
Yep. You think they go by fast in a singles event. Doubles, it's twice as fast.
Yeah.
You get half the shots.
And they have to sit and stew after one like that. Well, how about a solid hit that time for Shawn?
Beautiful shot. One of his best of the game, of both games.
Well, send me up.
Right now for Rash and Ogle, it's all about keeping your momentum. You know, just keep making quality shots. Take that momentum into the next game, because this game is pretty much over.
Next up will be DJ Archer and Shawn Maldonado. And at the top of the step ladder, Jason Belmonte and Bill O'Neill. And this team is moving on. So it is interesting. The two teams that were the newest teams formed didn't work out in the first game, not working out in the second game. Well, one of the most experienced duos. In fact, all we have left now of our top three teams are three incredibly experienced duos who have played on this telecast almost annually.
Yeah, the next team coming up, Archer and Maldonado, I believe they said they've made 7 telecasts.
They have yet to win a match on TV. So that's hard to imagine. And they've been in different positions. They've led the tournament. They've played in the first game. So they're going to try to do something that they have not done in their careers as a tremendous doubles team. You're not great if you don't make this final 5, but so far it has not gone their way. And I'll tell you one thing, one that Ogle and Rash have taught me: you better get off to a fast start.
Oh yeah, the scoring's out there if you get yourself matched up properly. As you can see, one team is doing that, and the other two
Hasn't done it in 2 days.
were not close.
I did 2 yesterday.
Split the 8-9 every shot. You don't.
Oh God, again. Jesus.
Again, indeed.
Bye.
Well, I mean, at this point, the size of your paycheck's going to still be the same.
Yeah, but it's you know, it's professional pride that is making Mr. Dombrowski feel a little bit sad right now.
A little ball change for Shawn, a little tester.
That was a rock star. Shawn taking a look this match.
Thanks.
Well,
you shoot the spares, I'll get
well
the strikes.
over some frames ago.
Yeah.
Do you guys anticipate either Shawn or Matt making any equipment change?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, that ball looked good going down the lane, but
Shiny or dull?
left the solid 10, and the other ball he was using was striking light when it was a little high. So, yeah. That's the only man that knows for sure what he's going to do.
Well, this team is making all the right decisions right now. Ogle and Rash with 2 very impressive games.
They haven't quite been tested yet, but their concentration and their focus has not wavered one bit as they take this one comfortably. They move into our penultimate match. They'll take on the Candyman, Shawn Maldonado, and DJ Archer, getting closer to crowning another Roth Holman PBA doubles champion here on FS1. We are back in Vernon Hills, and the PBA is very proud to have Bowlers to Veterans linked as the official charity of the PBA Tour. In today's BVL Salute to Veterans, we welcome U.S. Navy E4 Charles Lindell, who served for 3 years. We thank you for your service, sir, and to donate, you go to bvl.org. So far, it's been all Ogle and Rash, 2 comfortable victories. They actually increased their score by 20 pins. They take on a team that has done so well in getting to the fountain and then seems to be out of water when they get there. Incredibly, Archer and Maldonado have yet to win a game on television. Maybe that will change as they stand by with Kimberly Presley.
Thank you. So I know that you guys know what it takes to get here. You've done it 5 other times. You're taking another swing at it this year. Is this the year you guys walk away the victors?
I hope so. I mean, this is a different spot we're starting from. We normally start from 5th. We started 1st. I figured we give it to Belmonte and them and see if we can get it from 2nd.
So how is it you guys are going to make that happen? What's going to be key?
You know, just we're going to throw 5 good shots and see what happens. And, you know, we kind of been watching what was going on. Matt and Ogle have been bowling really good. But, you know, we're going to put up a number and see if they can beat it and go from there.
Good luck to you guys.
Thanks.
2 unique stylists in the Candyman and Dancing DJ. So I'll ask you, and whoever wants to answer first, what do you think they have learned from Rash and Ogle?
Get off to a fast start. I mean, that's key, right? Ogle and Rash have not been tested 1 iota in 2 matches.
No. And part of the reason is this guy has been on his best behavior on the lanes. Ogle is really cranking it.
Well, that ball did not get back to pocket, so maybe the lane is starting to transition a little bit, Randy. And I watched DJ throw practice balls in that left lane. I saw it come in high. I saw it go out the window light. So the scoring pace might be going down on that left lane.
Yeah, it almost looks like the left lane is starting to get clipped, or what we would call back in the day wet dry. A little too far to the right, too quick. It goes high. You get it inside of that, it goes too long.
Uh-oh. Huh. Stay down on either one of those shots. Huh? Stay down on either one of those.
First open frame of the day for Ogle and Rash.
Thanks, Randy.
Sorry.
It wasn't your fault.
Well, I mean, I was just stating a fact.
Ooh. And a little loft. We have not seen that yet.
You were talking about players posting up shots last game?
Well, you know, Archer and Maldonado, they both have kind of a little hop in their step. But do it over and over and over. Whatever you do, just continue to do it over again. And they do. That 10 pin, when he left it, it actually, it sort of turned around a little bit. But kind of laughed at him.
No, pins can be cruel that way. Here's Dancing DJ.
This is a huge shot, Randy, as far as I'm concerned, because like I said, his last couple of practice shots, he was not close.
Well, he was close there. Trick 9. Oh, this shot presented by Dude Wipes. This is a clean wipe indeed. Say goodbye to the 9 pin. Wipe out.
That ball never even thought of touching that 9 pin.
It didn't, no.
Some friendly pin came over and eliminated it.
Wow. Yeah, good one. Look how far out that got, guys. Right there.
Come on now, pick me up.
When my ball ever got that far to the right, it just continued and went to gutter.
Just kept going in that direction.
Oh, yeah.
Ogle trying to get back on the strike bus. He said he didn't stay down on his last shot.
Whoa. That's not a leave I was counting on, the 4-9.
I mean, Marshall, you said it best. Looks like there's a little wet dry going on. You get it to the right, it overhooks. Remember his last shot on that lane, he went light, left the 2-8 and missed it.
Nope, not even close.
Back-to-back open frames for Ogle.
A lot of game left. A lot of game left.
19.6% on the 4-9 conversion. All those great stats brought to us by our good friends at Lane Talk. For more information, head on over to lanetalk.com and download their free app.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
So what did he see that made him go, oh, no?
I'm not sure, but it...
Lucky me.
Maybe lofted it a little bit farther than he wanted to. I mean, this one had some pretty good airtime.
He got more airtime than we're getting. I mean, it was up there.
Well, it's a dream start right now for Archer and Maldonado.
Well, they did exactly what no one else has done so far. They're off to a good, fast start.
Early pressure.
Be good there.
Set up nicely.
There's another shot where the ball didn't touch the 9-pin either, but they all fell at the same time.
DJ Archer going the rock star on that lane.
So Archer's like the guy who can't find his fastball in the bullpen, then throws a no-hitter when he gets on the mound.
It's looking that way right now. Randy, don't you think he needs to continue to move further to the left?
Yeah, I think he's just got to get a little steeper through the front, but his ball speed is key because that's what's going to blend out that wet dry.
Pretty.
Nobody playing where Rash is playing.
No, it's like back in the day when Ernie Schlegel's out there, except this ball hooks. Sorry, Ernie. There's a name from the past.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I don't believe it that you said that.
I forgot.
I don't believe it.
I forgot about that history, Randy.
Yeah.
My bad. There, important double for Rash and Ogle. You know, Randy, obviously you got one of the worst breaks in the history of televised bowling. That being said, you had a darn good record on television. Doesn't mean you shouldn't have won that one too, but a lot of loft
and a lot of strike.
A little love.
Well, March, I appreciate that. Thanks. Shawn Maldonado going with Black Pearl 78 urethane. The only player using urethane in this match. All the other players using reactive. But right now, Matt Ogle, Shawn Rash in big trouble.
43 pins down.
Could be 53 with a strike here.
A lot of bowlers used urethane on the Holman pattern on the right lane.
Yeah.
During this tournament.
Oh, no.
Another oh no, and another strike.
It held up.
There's a lot of hole in the middle there. There's a lot of hole there.
A lot of hole there, cuz. Relax. Bad call. That's a bad call by me. Bad call.
I can't believe that hit the pocket.
So just say oh no, and apparently those are the magic words to open the strike door. Because right now it's Archer and Maldonado with the lead on Rash and Ogle. Registration for the 2025 PBA LBC National Championships now open to bowlers of all skill levels. The PBA LBC National Championships is returning to the Chicago area and includes a division for everyone. You can compete in singles and optional doubles and team events. Even combine your scores with the pros. Enter today at PBA.com. With Randy Peterson, Marshall Holman, I'm Dave Lamont, Kimberly Pressler laneside. See in the back over there, right behind Shawn Maldonado, a great player in her own right, DeAndres Beatty, past major champion, USBC Queens winner.
Every shot for Ogle Rash is a must strike right now.
I mean, Shawn's done his job today.
Yes.
A lot of ball left.
And Ogle was great up until the last couple shots.
Up until the lanes transitioned. A couple of bad shots, the missed spare. It looks like Ogle's going to change balls. He's going to go to a stealth hybrid, guys.
Well, that took a nosedive also.
Yeah.
He's lost the left lane.
And with it, they may lose the match.
I've had it happen to me on TV.
Oh, yeah.
I shot 750 the first 3 games in Milwaukee 1,000 years ago. And then bowled local guy Fred Jaski and shot 150 at him.
Yeah, it's amazing and hard to explain. I mean, when it happens all the time.
Yeah.
And you never really see it coming, do you?
Sometimes, but and then there's times where you kind of anticipate that it's going to change, and you make the move before you have to. Sometimes you second guess yourself. It's
got to be good.
Sometimes, Marshall, would you agree by watching another player? Like, hey, that left leg to me feels like it's starting to go. And then watching another player and go, you know what, I'm going to make a move anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this kind of scoring is not foreign to Archer and Maldonado. In the first 4 games of the last block of qualifying, they bowled 269, 289, 279, 300.
Yeah, to take the lead, only to relinquish that in the position round match against O'Neill and Belmonte.
Well, he didn't say, oh no, that's why the shot failed.
That one, he thought he was trying to be soft with his hit. That one he hit harder. Very makeable split, Randy.
Yep. Get the ball to the right side of the 3-pin, cut it over into the 4-7.
16% success rate on the tour.
He doesn't make this. This puts new life into Rash and Ogle.
He's got a chance.
Whoa, 4 out of 5.
Come back. Yeah.
Just a pinch heavy on the 3, otherwise he converts.
Well, the max score now shrinking. It's been that long since Shawn won a title, 21.
That was left.
Yeah, the urethane shim got him there.
That was pretty good. That pin blocked the messenger coming after it. God dang it, Shawn.
They really needed to have a couple of strikes there to put the heat on Maldonado and Archer.
The reviews are in. First things first is a mix of analysis, tremendous chemistry, and total ridiculousness. Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wild serve up a fresh daily dose of unscripted and unfiltered sports talk. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on FS1. You don't really want to hear sarcastic cheers when you throw a strike, but now, Archer and Maldonado have been on this show, as Kimberly mentioned in their interview. This is their 6th visit. And they have not won a match.
I think they're going to win this one.
Yeah. Good call.
Thanks.
Well, what if Maldonado were to open? They're still in the 220s. Unless it was a catastrophic open, which
I think you won that one year, didn't you? The catastrophic open?
I was in a lot of catastrophic opens, but I always finished second.
They just need 7 pins here, actually, on 2 shots.
There it is.
That is going to do it.
But that's not bringing a lot of momentum into the next game, Randy.
No.
No.
And now what does he do in the title match on that left leg?
Well, would you consider just a test shot here with a different ball and not even try to make this?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As a follower of the PBA 50 Tour, we call that the Janowitz.
Well, he tried to make it.
Yep.
Matt moved again.
I know they were locking up. It's never, no matter how.
So a great run from the first match to the third match for Shawn Rash and Matt Ogle. The one-time titleists will have to be content with coming back next year, and you know they will be back.
That's all me, man.
It is a team, bro.
Ogle telling his partner that was all me. It's a hard format to get two guys together to gel and to make everything go right to win games.
I agree. Shawn did bowl nice today. I mean, come on, let's give him some credit where credit's due. He really executed nice. He made the one bad shot where he went Brooklyn. That was it. Everything else has been in the pocket.
It's just nice to see him healthy.
Yeah.
As healthy as he can be. He admits he can't be 100%. He may be at 85 when he's having a great, great day, but it's just good that he is competitive, and hopefully this continues for the remainder of the 2025 PBA season.
I knew you were going to say.
Marshall, why don't you have to do the trophy presentation, so we'll let you loose.
I'm going to go back down and watch from up close. Thanks so much, Dave.
We love having you, my friend.
Marshall, thank you.
Randy,
thank you.
A lot of fun, always.
Archer and Maldonado have finally won a match in this event, but guess what their prize is? These two, the 2018 champions, Bill O'Neill and Jason Belmonte, for the title next. A reminder, our 2025 PBA Tour coverage continues for the World Series of Bowling. Our 6-event live coverage begins Saturday, March 15th, live on FS1 at 6 Eastern, with the PBA Mike Albee Nevada Classic presented by Pilgrims from the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. E.J. Tackett with an assist from his son Tripp, winning that final event, the PBA World Championship. There's a lot of decisions you got to make this time of the year when it's Roth, Holman, doubles time. Decisions. Who's better to break it down than Kimberly Pressler with her pressing questions presented by Go Bowling.
Stu, I know that Francois is your doubles partner, but if you had to choose anybody else, could be past, present, who would you choose as your doubles partner?
I mean, E.J. Tackett would be a pretty good option right now.
I think Walter A, years ago. I'd love to bowl with Walter, Pete, Norm. When I was, a lot younger, they're the guys I looked up to the most.
Kyle True, that's my dog.
It has to be a professional bowler. Can I just bowl with whoever I want in all of ever?
You can pick whoever you want.
Tell LeBron James I'd love to bowl with him. Booger he can get a side. I'll bowl with LeBron James one time.
I mean, I'm always going to choose Simo. In my opinion, he's the greatest athlete we have throwing the bowling ball.
Would it surprise you that a lot of the guys had to pick and they picked you?
I mean, I don't blame him.
Dom, I know that Anthony Simonson is your doubles partner. So you got a little competition out there. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm a jealous guy. I can just stay away from my man.
When my tour rep, Timmy Mack, in his absolute prime, to this day, he is the best bowler I've ever seen in my life. So if I could take Timmy Mack in his prime against the history of the PBA, we're going to win.
Wow, that's when the GOAT says he wants to bowl with you. I mean, that would be like a dream come true for me.
If it could be anybody at all, I'd love to bowl with Mark Roth. It's just always been a role model of mine that I've looked up to, and I would love to go back and turn back time and replace Marshall Holman and bowl with Mark Roth.
Well, Tommy was my doubles partner forever, and the only person I would have given up bowling with him for is the person I am bowling for. So I'm pretty lucky. I got to bowl with two of my favorite people in this event for a long time.
I see you tearing up because you get a chance to get on the lanes with your son. How special is that for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's something I didn't think would happen. I'm really lucky. I'm really lucky that he's coming into his own, and I'm obviously on the backside of things. But that we, in a few more years, he'll upgrade to better partners. But I'm happy he's still willing to bowl with me for now.
All right. So the obvious question: who would you pick?
Oh man, so many greats over the years. I'm kind of with Tommy Jones. I think Mark Roth.
And nothing wrong with that. And his name is on the trophy. As is our friend Marshall Holman, as we're getting to the title match. Who is going to win it? Somebody who's already held it before, Bill O'Neill and Jason Belmonte. They've experienced that thrill. Or will it be DJ Archer and the Candyman, Shawn Maldonado? We are about to find out.
So in 2018, Wayne Webb's Columbus Bowl, back in February of that year, the #1 seed, Jason Belmonte and Bill O'Neill, they ran and hid in qualifying, and then they came out with a big victory over the Two-Tang Clan, Darren and Michael, 205 to 185. Back then it was Bill's 9th PBA title and Jason's 17th. Man, things have changed. And a wonderful crowd here at Bowlero Vernon Hills. Standing by with that duo from 2018, Kimberly Pressler.
Thanks, Dave. So we just saw your guys' win in 2018. You guys have been really good friends for many years, double partners for many years. How does that friendship help you when you guys are out on the lanes?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of trust in each other. Whenever he gets the ball in his hand and it's time to make a shot, there's no part of me that feels like he's not going to do his absolute best. And I think that's what he's shown for his entire career, not just in doubles. So it's always a privilege when I get to bowl with this guy.
Now, previously today, earlier, you guys talked about your strategy coming in here, and it was really specific. You guys had a chance to watch the previous matches. Has that changed at all for you?
My strategy on the right lane is very different than what it was in the qualifying, and so I think Belmo's is pretty close to what we thought. So we just got to go out and execute. 5 good shots each.
Good luck to you guys.
Cheers.
All right, let's see what happens. This is an intimidating duo, these two. But DJ Archer and Shawn Maldonado. Randy, I wonder now, the finish for Archer and Maldonado, they'd already kind of wrapped things up, but it got a little squirrely there near the end. I wonder how much that might carry over here at the beginning.
Yeah, we're going to find out real soon, but it didn't look well towards the end for DJ Archer on that left lane.
And the left lane has kind of become a co-star of our show on the 43-foot Mark Roth pattern.
And we see how Belmonte's going to play it. Getting some intel from tour rep Tim Mack. He said that Belmonte on that left lane, he's going to loft it and be very aggressive.
Well, almost no one in the history of the sport has controlled their speed better than Jason Belmonte. As you see Shawn Maldonado's arsenal.
Black hammer urethane.
He's bowled well.
Yep. I think this next shot for DJ Archer is going to be very telling. Candyman started a couple years ago taking his thumb out of it. That little signature hop at the foul line, going with that loft to clear the front part of the lane.
Oh, no. Give me a messenger. Oh, wow.
Well, he stays with the same ball. Looks like he tries to get a little bit deeper, more angle, and pays for it with a pocket 710.
That's the issue.
Surface on, I think.
And the head pin just ran completely out of fuel. Looking for number 5 here. No, not going to happen.
That's a good 4 boards left of his last shot in the previous match on that left lane.
And again, the Baker format's a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to bowl, but then you realize you're only getting 5 frames, and they're precious. That looked like an aggressive shot as well.
That looked like aces. That was beautiful. The future Hall of Famer going in Akron in April. Just about a month and a half. What a beautiful shot.
Very, very well deserved.
Yes, sir. Rock star for Belmonte on the left lane.
Well, that makes sense.
Ball's gotten popular today.
Oh, wow. Crossed over.
Well, through the nose. Got it up the lane. You can see it right there. Break point. Position at the arrows. That was a good 3-board miss at the arrows. And now he's left himself with a lot of work.
3-6, 9-10 for Belmo. for a professional, odds are in your favor. Yep. Didn't really have much doubt.
Good job. Covered it perfectly.
Little in.
You hear O'Neill ask him, did you get that in? He goes, yeah, a little in.
That one did not dive into the pocket nearly with the force that other shots have been, so he's left with a tricky 2-8.
Look how slow the ball speed is with Maldonado in the earth in.
DJ Archer in the background there conversing, I assume, with a ball rep about the next move. Well, you got a couple of very difficult shots covered just the right way by the pros.
Get aggressive.
And that's a different ball.
Yep, ball change for DJ Archer going with Equinox. That's covering a lot of territory. 26 out to 4. And he liked it off his hand. You can tell by his reaction.
So when you say it covers a lot of territory, do you think that ball just ran out of gas?
It doesn't appear to, as the motion going through the pins looked pretty good. That stopped just a hair, but I mean, anything to blend that left lane out, right?
No, you didn't. So Bill O'Neill's first shot in this match was absolutely perfect.
And the ball he's using is actually not on his arsenal list. He's going with Theorem. Oh, that was pretty good as well.
And he's not subtle about this shot at all. His first two have been very aggressive.
Yep.
He's not slow playing the pocket at all. And it's interesting because he told Kimberly he's changed the strategy after watching what he saw in the previous matches.
Experienced veteran, a lot of TV time. And he's seen it all.
A little bit softer.
All right, so he calls for his next shot to be a little bit softer now. See Jason's incredibly distinguished career. Oh, there's a little pop in the crowd. Somebody may have dropped something.
It wasn't me and it wasn't you.
Nope, we're innocent, and we have a tremendous crowd here at Bowlero Vernon Hills. They had been lined up for this show for a while before they got to take their seats. We're ready.
Place is packed.
Yep. Same thing, Randy, as far as crossing over.
Yeah, but that actually looked like a better shot. He got it to the right. It is just overhooked. And now it's a head scratcher because the one bad shot, he knows why that went high, and this one he liked.
And it didn't quite go over Brooklyn, actually dove more through the nose upon closer inspection.
I mean, I think he's got to get a little steeper. He's got to open his angles up a little bit on that lane.
But I felt like that was directed a little further where I wanted it. But
I thought so, especially after the first frame, the ball, it didn't do that. It stood up and went forward.
Yeah.
Be right.
Whoa, that's the best looking shot maybe of the entire game.
Come on, Fred. Come on.
He's actually playing the right lane deeper than Bill O'Neill is. He's using urethane. O'Neill's using reactive. He's a good 3 left of O'Neill on that right lane. Now can DJ Archer finally strike on this left lane? He's hit the pocket both shots. Made the ball change in the 4th.
Nope, weak 10.
Just not enough when it comes off the end of the pattern.
That one's probably not going to cut it either.
Flat 10s are righty's worst nightmare. Put an end to my career. I even went to 16 pounds to try to get the weak 10 out. I'm like, I can't get the weak 10 out anymore. Forget it. Part of the advantage of the two-handers, the high rev rate. EJ Tackett does it with his thumb. All high rev guys.
And that one he did miss after thinking he missed the prior one. And does this turn the match against Archer and Maldonado? We went from a 6-pin spread for max scores now to, you see, 28, 38 actually for max scores. And there's your messenger, Your Honor.
Come on, Jay. And there's the difference. We talk about angles, right? Rev rate's very similar between O'Neill and DJ Archer, but because O'Neill is going much more direct from a farther angle to the right, he's able to create that kind of pin action.
Well, Belmonte struck in the first, but has gone 6 spare, 8 spare since. A double here would be devastating for Archer and Maldonado. Something off of the distance there was getting to him a little bit, so it stopped.
All right, what's this one going to do?
He cranked that one up a little bit. That was the high hard one.
That was like a Thanksgiving turkey stuffed.
19.5 miles an hour.
Well, Timmy Mack said he was going to be aggressive, and this was. Oh, boy.
Oh, okay. The impossible dream got wiped away, but still a 2-8 again on the right-hand lane. And at the top of the show, Randy, we talked about, boy, isn't it weird that Belmonte and O'Neill have waited 7 years to win this event, and they're getting ever closer to doing so.
Remember runners-up last year.
Whoa. All right, Coach.
And this is an absolute must strike.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think to have any chance, they have to strike out.
Well, I say that only because of the, not just the math, Randy, but I look at the two guys behind him, and I think they're going to strike again.
Yeah. No. Now it's over. All but over now.
Well, the left lane became a co-star in this drama. And it knocked out Ogle and Rash, really. And it's taken down Archer and Maldonado. Randy dictates what needs to be done. Got a chance here. Come on.
Yeah. Thank you very little. And it seems like every year they get here, and every year they just fall short.
Well, they got to win in a match, which they had not done.
Yep.
And so, boy, it's so hollow to say, well, wait till next year. Just feels so silly to say that right now anyway.
How about you? Oh, what a beauty. Wow.
Well, he has been the real deal in this game.
43 years of age. He always teases me. He says, I always call him an old man. I'm like, no, I don't. I just kind of like compare you to, like, you know, the young guns, but he still has.
Oh God.
And of course, as soon as I say that, but he still has it.
You know what's really cool? That, by the way, if you don't know, that does not count. What's cool about, and it shows the variety of styles we see today, just on this show alone. Two-handers, classic win. This is a classic style.
Yes.
It is a style that goes back 50 years.
Absolutely.
And there's still room
Throwback.
in today's game for a guy like Bill O'Neill.
It's a great
and
hand.
Shawn Rash.
Great hand, great ball roll. Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, I know Jason changed the game in a way, and many others have followed him, but there is still the one-handed player can succeed in this sport.
Well, EJ proves that every year.
Yeah, that boy ain't normal, though.
No.
God, silly me.
Well, nice break here. Just leaving the 3-pin. Should be no problem for Jason Belmonte. And here's the max scores. If he marks here, and this should be a done deal for Belmonte and O'Neill. They should capture their second Roth Holman doubles.
Yeah, pretty good percentage of he was going to make that.
You see my last spare?
Maybe. Can't count the chickens, bro.
Maldonado performed nicely today using that urethane ball. Actually has a full roller layout.
All right, guys.
But just too many open frames and going up against Belmonte and O'Neill. You're going to pay for it 9 times out of 10. 3 opens for Archer and Maldonado here in the title match.
And interesting, the scoring pace did drop as we went on.
Yeah, specifically that left lane started to get goofy, and that lane played a little bit easier throughout the competition in the doubles than the right lane did.
So fast. It didn't feel very good. It did not feel very good.
Please don't use that ball.
Back to the ball he started with.
That's probably like the worst thing to do. Which one?
The Equinox?
No, I already did. I already threw that one. Yeah.
How about in this group, just force him right here, the youngest player, Maldonado at age 38.
It's not always the young guys, is it? Whoops. All right. And this match is officially, mathematically over.
But what a run they put on.
Absolutely.
Those first 4 games will start the last 8 games of match play. Man.
For the second time, Jason Belmonte and Bill O'Neill, Bilmo as they are known, will raise the trophies.
Your first Hall of Fame win. Let's go.
And that's our moment of the match, brought to you by Pilgrims. Chicken can be boring, but Pilgrims is turning chicken nuggets upside down. I love it. You love it. Put it in a nugget and put their names on the trophies.
Just another couple of nuggets for Belmonte and O'Neill.
I don't have anything that cool. I got nothing. Sorry.
Real deal Hall of Fame! Real deal Hall of Fame!
I don't know who started that Real Deal Hall of Fame, but you may have heard Jason say, hey, your Hall of Fame victory there. They had the right stuff.
I love bowling with this guy.
The feeling is very mutual. Very mutual.
It's all about picking the right partner.
Well, Kimberly is standing by with our champions.
Marshall, thank you for the trophy presentation. All right, guys, you started this week. Did you have a little redemption on the mind? Because last year you guys came in second.
Absolutely. You know, we haven't won this event in some time, and you know, we felt like we were due. We had been on the show a lot the last few years, and just haven't gotten it done. And you know, before we bowled this week, this was obviously the goal. And you know, we both bowled really well all week, and I'm just so happy to be able to share one more of these with them.
Now, you guys talk about trust and communication. I saw you guys talking during this match. In those moments when things aren't going exactly what you want, you're not getting those strikes, what do you say to each other?
Yeah, we talk openly and honestly. And I think what we did in that game is kind of what we did all week as well. When one of us had something, we just had to get the other guy to get 1 or 2 extra hits. And, you know, talking to Bill and making that little change just to make 2 good enough shots, because that left lane was not pretty, as you could probably tell. And so that's what we did all week, was just make a shot when you can, when the other one's got it. And Bill bowled a great game, which makes it easier for me, because I'm thinking just throw 2 strikes and we're good.
Bill, what's it mean to be in the winner's circle once again with one of your best friends?
It's unbelievable. You know, anytime you can win is great, but when you can share it with one of your best friends, there's nothing better than that.
And Marcia, why don't you come on in here? I know you're going to sign these trophies for these guys, but what do you think of these two winning for a second time?
Well, they're both Hall of Famers. They're both amazing. And, you know, Mark Roth changed the game in the 70s. Belmonte changed the game about 15 years ago when he showed up. So it's great. I'm proud to have you as the champions. Bill, you are the real deal. You are a Hall of Famer. And I wasn't trying to slight you, my friend. I'm excited for both of you. And Mark would be happy to see you have this trophy.
Congratulations to you both. Why don't you go ahead and sign those trophies for them?
Well, there it is. That makes it official, and Marshall signs the trophy. Bill O'Neill and Jason Belmonte, our champions.
That pen off you too when you're done. Yeah. You want to sign it, mate?
Appreciate it. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. Nice playing, guys.
Thank you. You sign it.
The best team won.
What a gratifying, you know, as many times as these guys have won, and if you combine, it's approaching 50 in their careers if you combine the two with their championships.
Yeah, wherever you want.
I mean, the gratification never gets old.
Yeah, no, I think that it's one of the more special events that we have on the PBA tours, the doubles, right? And, I mean, it's great when you win a title. It's great when you win something for yourself, maybe for your family. When you do it with somebody else or for a team, you know, this is really the only sense of team other than the league series that we get, and it's pretty special. You know, it's just as hard when you don't come through, you let your partner down. You know, it's one thing when it's just you, but so fulfilling to be in that situation.
A reminder, our 2025 PBA Tour coverage continues Saturday, March 15th, as we begin our World Series of Bowling coverage live on FS1 at 6 p.m. Eastern with the PBA Mike Albee Nevada Classic presented by Pilgrims from the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. Well, coming up next, women's college basketball, Marquette versus UConn. Congratulations to our champions, Bill O'Neill and Jason Belmonte, and to all the bowlers for making this show. For Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler, and our amazing entire crew, I'm Dave Lamont. We thank you for watching, and you have been watching the PBA on FS1.